Hello, I'm Andy Sawyer. I'm a System Engineering Manager with Cradlepoint, who are an Ericsson company. Cradlepoint form an integral part of UK Connect's out-of-band management service, and I'd like to show you that. So this is a very simple network. It has a router and a couple of switches. The router is connected to the internet via a service provider using a fibre wired broadband connection. The internal network is connected to devices. Some of those devices are connected using Ethernet, and some of them are connected using wireless access points and gain access over Wi-Fi. It's imperative that this network stays connected to the internet. Why is that? Because it's completely reliant on cloud-based services. For example, the point of sale device there has to be able to get hold of a credit card authentication system like the one that you see here. If it can't do that, there's no way that this business can take credit card transactions, which means it's effectively not doing business. The users themselves need to gain access to Office 365 in order to do their work. The security cameras are accessing a cloud-based security camera system. And finally, all of this company's data is stored in a cloud-hosted system. If you lost that wired connection, effectively this business stops. This is where UK Connect come in. They can offer you something called Disaster Recovery Business Continuity Service. It connects to your existing infrastructure. So we can see here, this is a device called an adapter that has connected to your existing infrastructure. So this could be a Cisco, a Juniper router, and effectively what it's doing, it's connecting to cellular broadband and giving a continuous, non-disrupted connection, allowing that user connectivity to carry on. Over and above that, the device is connected to a cloud-based management system, which in turn is monitored by UK Connect's Network Operations Centre 24/7. This means that as soon as your service provider goes down, the staff at UK Connect are notified and they can call you and tell you that your business is now reliant on a cellular backup. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do something more than that? Well, UK Connect can do that, and they offer something called an out-of-band management service. What this is a serial cable that drops down to that infrastructure, connects to it, and allows their network operations staff to start diagnosing what's going on that network. Let's have a look what the alternative would look like. Let's say that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. UK Connect have detected that your network has gone down. They now call the emergency number and it rings a network technician that works for that company. He now has to get in his car, drive to site, work out which router has gone wrong. That whole scenario could take 2 hours depending on where he lives. With UK Connect's out-of-band management service, immediately that router goes down, the UK Connect staff can log into that router and work out and begin to diagnose what's going wrong. Over and above that, they can log into up to 8 devices via serial console cables. Let me show you what that looks like. So this is a cloud-based management system that they'd be looking at. This is called Net Cloud Manager. Here you can see I've got a single device that's connected. The device is physically 240 miles away from us, but what we can do is use this pull-down menu here called Remote Connect. We can see I've got a section called Out-of-Band Manager, and again there are 3 routers currently connected via serial console cable. I'm going to select the top one. This is a Cisco 800, and now we're initiating a secure connection to that device over the cellular network. It's secure, no one else can see that, and we are now logging into that device. Connecting. Okay, now we can see that we've logged into the router. You can see that I've got a low-grade prompt there. So I'm going to perform a couple of Cisco commands to prove that we're actually doing this. So first of all, I'm going to enable, so that will give me root privilege access. And I'll do the famous show running on this console, and we can see and begin to diagnose what's going on that router. And then we can see the config that it's currently running. Excellent. So we've successfully logged into a remote router via a serial cable and begun to find out what's going on. And as you saw, that took minutes to be able to do that, and not involving any truck roll or gaining access into a building. So once we've got the network back up and running, and we've done that by logging into multiple successive routers and finding out what's going on, and we're beginning to bring the local area network back up to life, we now have the opportunity to connect to other network devices via the LAN cable. So we can now go inbound and start to talk to devices using the following protocols. So we can talk to devices using HTTP, HTTPS, RDP, SSH and VNC. So with that collection of protocols, you can pretty much get into any device that's on the network. I'm now going to show you how we can get into one of those security cameras that's hooked on via the wireless. So I'm now again going to our console. So again, I go to the Remote Connect pull down, and this time I go to the LAN manager, and we can see that I've got cams that are inside, I've got cams that are outside, I've got a mail server that I can log into. Let's select the outside camera. So I click on that, and again, it's now building a secure stream into that camera. It's doing this now, instead of going through the serial cable, it's going across the LAN, and it's pulling that web session, so it's using HTTPS, back and then displaying it on the web page here. So I've now hit the authentication page of the security camera, and it's interrogating me for a username and password. So I'm going to pop those in right now. I'm now authenticated against the camera, and it will now show me the images that the camera's looking at. In this particular case, we're looking at the inside of a chicken coop. Nothing here but us chickens, but again, essentially we're showing that we're getting to a device that's connected via wireless onto that remote network. And don't forget, this camera is 240 miles away from us. Let's close that and then get back to our presentation. So, as a roundup, the UK Connect staff in their Network Operations Centre have given you business continuity. They know that your connection to the internet has failed and you are now running on a cellular backup. They have then logged in via a serial cable to your existing infrastructure and remedied that network fault and managed to bring the network back up again via that serial cable. They've then run across the LAN, so going inbound now, and logged into various devices that are on that network and checked that that network is now up and running and functioning correctly. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and found it informative. If you have any questions, feel free to contact UK Connect, who'd be delighted to hear from you.